An awful score of 37 points in game week 5 caused a yet another red arrow down to 1.9 million. It all started with Ben Chilwell's sudden benching at the Bournemouth game, with Posh now favouring a more offensive player on the left wing. Our differential pick in defence, Pedro Porro, lost his clean sheet points late in the game, despite displaying promising attacking numbers, as he had attempted the most assists with 4 in the game week, registering an expected assist tally of 0.20. Sarka's assist for a Trossard was the sole return from our midfield, despite Arsenal failing to register any big chance in the game. Meanwhile, Rashford had 9 shots of his own and set up a crucial scoring opportunity in the last to Brighton, while Sterling led his team with 4 shots and 3 chances created against Bournemouth. He even attempted a close-range free kick in the second half, but the post stood in his way. With only 5 goals scored compared to 10.13 expected, Chelsea are the worst XG underperformers by a wide margin. Once again, Nico Jackson was unable to score, this time being stopped by the post in a scoreless draw with Bournemouth. Unfortunately for Haaland, he could only score once against West Ham, despite attempting 9 shots and a massive 6 big chances. Now let's discuss our transfer plans for week 6. With 2 free transfers available, we're shifting our focus to the near future with a wildcard set for a game week 10. The defense should be a higher priority in our transfers this week, but we view these transfers as having a low potential to pay off. Ben Chilwell is the most likely contender to be transferred out due to concerns over his place in the starting lineup. Matchups against Sheffield United and Burnley, who have the lowest expected goals per game this season in the next 2 game weeks, boost the allure of Newcastle defense. With a joint high 12 attempted assists among defenders, Trippier is an obvious choice, but Sven Botman provides a cheaper alternative. It's more crucial to us to get rid of Nicholas Jackson, since we see high-ceiling prospects in the players who could replace him. The Chelsea attacker may be worth starting in game week 6 against an Aston Villa team that allowed the 3rd most XG in the league. But after 5 game weeks, our tolerance for the Chelsea forward is becoming thinner. He isn't only failing to produce any attacking returns, he's also 1 yellow away from suspension. Bringing in Alvarez is the most logical choice, as there's not much else he can do to work into our plans. With 7.4 points per game so far, he trails just teammate Erling Haaland in FPL points. Having stated that, we've already made 2 early transfers, with Jackson and Chilwell making their way out for Alvarez and Trippier. And this is how we'll be lining up in week 6. Back in goal for a Saturday's trip to Brentford is Jordan Pickford. It's not ideal, but we'd rather have him ahead of Matt Turner, who has an away game against Man City. The Citizens lead all clubs with an expected goal average of 4.28 so far this year. New signing Trippier makes his way in our team. Newcastle is visiting Sheffield, the team that has given up the most opportunities from set pieces this season. The Magpies have the 6th best XG from set plays so far this season, and their captain is their prime set piece taker. Pervis Estupiñán is back in our starting 11 home to Bournemouth. Only Everton and Luton have scored less goals than Bournemouth's 4 so far this season. Arsenal's strong display in defence this season have made us decide to start Ben White this week. The Gunners have taken a conservative approach to games this season, and it has paid off as they've allowed the fewest expected goals. Since reverting back to playing in right back, Ben White attempted 5 assists and created 1 big chance. The midfield 5 remains unchanged this week. Brian Mbemo could easily haul against an Everton side who have conceded 6 goals in their last 2 away league matches. He ranks 3rd among all assets for big chances in the last 5 game weeks, only behind Jackson and Haaland. Rashford's 19 shots over the previous 5 games are the most by any midfielder in the league, while Bruno Fernandes is second only to Pedro Neto through that time in terms of chances created with 16. Burnley hosts Man United and has conceded 11 goals in 3 home matches so far this season. Raheem Sterling is the only Chelsea asset to keep his spot in our team. The talisman has had 12 shots while creating 7 chances in his last 3 games and could easily score against Aston Villa's high defence line. Chelsea might also be playing Villa's team at the best time, since they'll be in Poland 3 days earlier for a European match. Julian Alvarez finally takes the place of Nicholas Jackson in our team, joining the Norwegian at the top. He's now set up the most goals in the Premier League this season with 5. Alvarez is an excellent pick alongside Erling Haaland against a Nottingham Forest team that has only kept 2 clean sheets on the road all season. Erling Haaland will once again be our captain for this week. After collecting 45 points in just 5 games, the Norwegian is the prime candidate for a captaincy in Gameweek 6. During that time, he's had 29 shots inside the box and 13 big chances, which are the most in the league. Forest have allowed the 3rd most shots away from home so far. Only West Ham and Luton have conceded more with 55 and 59 shots. Leave your thoughts on our team in the comments, and if you'd like to see more FPL videos throughout the season, make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notification button.